Long a favorite of more mature motorists, Cadillac is casting a broader net these days to dredge up some younger customers. Capitalizing on the compact crossover craze, their brand new XT4 is designed to attract a whole new range of customer, and it's sized, equipped, and most importantly priced to do just that. But I hope it's ready for prime time, that it's more CT6 than Cimmaron ATS than Allanté. This segment is rife with excellent choices like the Audi Q3, BMW X1, Mercedes-Benz GLA, and even Volvo XC40, models that will eat the XT4 alive if it doesn't bring its A game. GM's luxury division certainly has the ability to deliver. Seriously, have you driven a CTS-V recently or experienced Super Cruise in a CT6? Hopefully that same product magic has rubbed off on the little XT4. Now, this thing rides on a brand new, from-the-ground-up architecture that, for the time being, is exclusive to Cadillac. Now, the XT4 is going to be offered in 3 different trim levels. Luxury is the base one, but from there, it forks off to Premium Luxury, which focuses more on amenities, and Sport, which is, of course, more driver-tuned. Now, those Sport models gain things like unique wheels. They get a black mesh grille, black trim on the outside around the windows, and some other minor changes, but perhaps most significantly, they also gain adjustable damper so you can fine-tune how the vehicle behaves. All models feature LED high and low beams, LED DRLs, and LED taillights. Sport models, in addition to all of that, feature clear taillight lenses for, of course, a more aggressive look. Now, you can get 18-inch wheels standard, though 20s are optional, giving you plenty of choice. You've got 8 exterior colors to choose from and 7 different cabin themes. Design-wise, the XT4's interior is very much like what you get in other modern Cadillacs from a look and feel perspective. As for comfort, the front buckets are very nice, and there's tons of room in the back. I fit there with no problem whatsoever. As for amenities, you get a 15-watt wireless charger, so your phone is going to juice up a lot faster than it would normally. Beyond that, there's also NFC, so it's much quicker to pair your phone with the infotainment system, which I gotta say is one of the fastest and most responsive that I've experienced in recent memory. The pinch to zoom on the map, for instance, is instant, just like a top quality tablet. Now, Cadillac engineers have also added a handy rotary knob down here on the center console, so you don't have to reach up all the way onto the dashboard and put your dirty fingerprints on the screen if you'd rather not. Now, some of you are going to like this feature, others not so much, but you can get GM's second generation of its rear camera mirror in the new XT4 here. And what that does, of course, it adds a camera at the back of the vehicle and a screen up here in the rear view mirror to give you a significantly wider field of view to the back of the vehicle. I happen to like it a lot, especially the second generation one, which they seem to have softened a little bit so it's a touch more natural. But a lot of people, they don't care for this at all. But the good news is you can just flip the lever and it's a standard mirror. Underscoring how serious Cadillac is about competing in this segment, not only does the XT4 ride on a brand new architecture, it also features a completely new engine. Now, every version of this vehicle is powered by a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It's actually 15 pounds lighter than the engine that it's going to replace, and it is brand new from drain plug to filler cap, literally a clean sheet design. And they did that. I was talking to one of Cadillac's engineers, and he told me it was actually easier for them to start from scratch than to try to retrofit their existing engine family with all the new technologies that this power plant has. It's got things like variable valve lift, cylinder deactivation, of course direct injection, there's a 2-stage turbocharger, you've got a variable oil pump, all kinds of fascinating things designed to save you money at the pump. All of that gets you an SAE certified 237 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, numbers that are more than competitive for this class, though a little bit less than you might expect from an engine of this particular configuration. And they did that for a good reason. It's because they focused on both efficiency and responsiveness. They wanted this thing to pull like a mule right from a start. And I've got to say, it responds instantly when you get on the throttle. There's no waiting for boost to build. It just digs in its heels and moves. Helping enable that more than adequate real-world performance is a smooth and swift shifting 9-speed automatic transmission. Now for customers that live in markets that get more than 1 or 2 seasons every year, there's an optional twin-clutch all-wheel drive system, and it can actually disconnect when it's not needed to reduce parasitic losses and further improve efficiency. But what does this vehicle sticker at? Well, if you go with front-wheel drive, you can expect 24 miles per gallon in city driving, 30 on the highway, and 26 mpg combined. If you want that all-wheel drive system, you're not paying too much of a penalty. Surprisingly, you're going to expect 22 in the city, 29 on highway drives, and 24 mpg combined. Really quite respectable figures. Quick on its feet with a responsive automatic transmission, the XT4 overall feels a lot more responsive than I ever expected it to. It's also quiet and comfortable underway, but if there is one downside to the way this vehicle behaves, it's probably the brake pedal feel, because they've gone with an electro-hydraulic booster opposed to a vacuum booster. Now, this change saves weight and is much easier to package under the hood, but it almost feels like you're driving a hybrid because the forces on the pedal don't seem to build up as naturally as they do with a vacuum-assisted system. So right now I'm behind the wheel of a premium luxury XT4, but earlier in the day I did drive a sport version with those adjustable dampers, and surprisingly, when you've got one of those things in the touring mode, which is the softer suspension setting, the ride can be quite bouncy over larger imperfections in the road, but fortunately, when you put it in sport mode, it firms things up quite nicely without going overboard, and that's sort of a overall theme of the XT4 here. It's really quite balanced. It's handsome, drives well, has a spacious interior and lots of thoughtful tech, so in short, there are no deal-breaking reasons not to consider the brand new Cadillac XT4, which is slated to go on sale by the end of this month. Pricing is about $36,000 for a base model, though this premium luxury one here stickers for just shy of $55,000, including $995 in delivery fees. Now, for a full review, a lot more than you're going to get in this video, make sure you head over to AutoGuide.com. I'm going to go look for an umbrella. Excuse me. Hi, guys.
You know, I can't help but feel like Acura did a really good job on this RDX.
Oh,
not, it's an X car. Volvo XC90. No, not the Volvo.
It's a Corsair.
X3. No, not the X3. Some kind of X. Oh, I know. I can't help but feeling that Lexus did a really great job on this new NX.
You heard it here first, folks. Get in the Duramax.
Oh, never mind. Cadillac XT4.
Is that it? Are you sure?
Yeah, it's a Cadillac.
Okay.
They're all the same. Hard to tell apart.